like to call to order the Wednesday, May 11th, 2022 Cottrellville Township Board meeting. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call attendance, please.
Carl?
Here.
You, Carl?
Oh, I thought I heard Tom.
Bev? Here. Mary Agnes? Here. Tom?
Here.
Sherry? Here.
Okay, we have agenda approval, additions and deletions. Under F, new business, I'd like to add the approval of payment to the Sinclair County Emergency Road work order for $496.75 for some stone when the frost came out of the ground here about 2 weeks ago in a heck of a hurry. Also, number 9 is request for the clerk to spend up to $1,600 for the reprinting of voter ID cards since the redistricting that happened all through Michigan. The Cottrellville's been dumped to a different area, so now we got new cards. We have to notify everybody, and it's there's 2 or 3 prices that she's got, but all 3 of them are under $1,600, so we'll leave it to her to decide if we can get everybody to pay for it. The request for number 10 is for Mr. Daniels to clean up the trees along the driveway on Smith Cemetery. It's in anticipation of a memorial event for the Reuben Smith soldier that was buried in our township. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda in front of you, plus those 3 items under additions. Do I have a motion?
A motion.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion to approve and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye, please, by roll call vote, please.
Tom?
Yes.
Bev? Yes. Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Carl?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you very much. Next item is the consent agenda. It contains our regular meeting minutes for April 13th, our special meeting on April 20th. That was for Resolution 15 and some regarding a sewer project that we got going along the river. Special meeting on Monday, April 25th. That was to a raise for Nicole Hart, some additional costs for gravel, and discussion on Marsh Road S-curve. There was also the approval of the treasurer reports for the reconciliation tax account, the general checking account, a cash summary report by account on the general fund, and the Cottrellville Township investment reports. These are all as of March 31st, 2022. Under the approval of clerk's reports, we have the revenue and expenditure reports beginning April 1st and ending April 30th. That's a total of 22 pages. Approval of paychecks from April 1st through April 30th. Payroll dates. Gross amount in the amount of $28,567.84. Paychecks number 3098 through 3120. Also the approval of accounts payable, $433.02 for opens to be paid from April 1st to April 30th, and then another $47,191.30 that have already been paid. 28 checks, check numbers 2183 through 21210. Also, there's correspondence from the Marine City Fire Authority, our fire runs for April, in Ira Township's fire runs for April also that are in our township. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
And we'll pay the bills. We have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. All in favor signify by saying aye by roll call vote, please.
Tom?
Yes.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Carl?
Yes.
Bev?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you very much. Next item is open session. That's for any of you in the audience that want to discuss anything that we are discussing on the agenda. If you got a copy of it, if you want to discuss anything other than what's on the agenda, we have still a slot for you under public comments. Is there anyone that wants to approach the podium and list their name and address and tell us what's on your mind? Okay, 7:36. All right, the first unfinished business is we've sent another email. As a matter of fact, since this, I've sent two more. To Kelly Law Firm regarding 7503 River Road for the demolition of the structure, and I still have no answer. Under new business, F, request for approval for the special assessment number 2022-16-01 for proposed water district number 5 for expansion of public water to areas on the rest of Lozon Road to Marsh and areas on Shortcut Road east from Starville to McKinley, from McKinley Road to parcel ending 0094009300 on the north side and parcel 016-300 on the south side. On the Shortcut Road from McKinley Road to Marco. And this approval of this resolution allows the next stage of setting a time and date to establish the above special assessment district and to provide written estimates for property owners listed in the above area. The motion, or the resolution, is in front of you. Is there anyone in the, on the board that hasn't read that? Can we suspend with reading it? Okay. Do I have a motion to approve that, please?
I'll motion.
Carol made the motion, and Bev has approved it. Okay, all in favor signify by aye by roll call vote, please.
Tom?
Yes.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Bev?
Yes.
Carl?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes.
Very good. Motion carried. Next item is request for approval of submission of payment to Kelly Law Firm for legal services in the matter of a civil litigation of Basney versus Tremonti and Cottrellville Township in the amount of $1,988. We have a motion to pay that, please? That's an hourly rate.
I'll motion.
Okay, we have a motion by Carl. Do I have a second? I'll second. All in favor signify by aye. By roll call vote, please.
Bev?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Carl?
Yes.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you very much. The next item is request for adopting resolution R2022-17 for raising the cost of our taxes from $147 to synchronize with the rate hikes that we received between Emterra Environmental for freight and the county landfill for tipping fees for Cottrellville Township trash. That's been on the website. It's also attached to this agenda. Is there anybody on the board that hasn't read it yet and would want it read into the record, or can we suspend with the reading of it?
I haven't read it, but how much money are we talking about? It's,
Well, if you look at the center of that, their rate went up by 9.5% from previous years. It's going to go up 94 cents per household for the first year in 2022, and then 3% each year after that. And then we figured a 1% tipping fee for Smith's Creek landfill to use that per household per year too. So the difference now, it would be going up to I think it's $9.60 right now. July 1st, it'll go up to $10.54, and the 62 cents is already in effect for the Smith's Creek. So the first year, instead of paying $147, we're going to pay $158. And the following year, by December 2023, we're going to pay $163 a year. Then $169, and then $172, and then $176 is our last year in December of 2026. It amounts to, even the $176 is, the cost per week per household is $3.39, and I don't think you could hire a separate contractor to come in and just do a few of yous for that amount. So we have to keep up with the costs of what they charge us, so that was the way I figured it out. If there's no objection, I would ask for permission to adopt this resolution for this purpose, please. I will so move.
Will that guarantee better service too?
Do you get any guarantee with anybody?
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by aye. By roll call vote, please, Sherry.
Tom?
yes.
Carl?
Yes.
Bev?
Yes.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you very much. Our next item is, we have two classes that Barb Schutt, our township assessor, needs to take to keep her continuing education up, and each one is $60 apiece. She's already paid for them. My request is that each one be paid to reimburse her in the amount of $60 each.
I'll make a motion to reimburse Barb.
I second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve by Tom and a second by Bev. All in favor signify by aye. By roll call vote, please.
Carl,
Yes.
Mary Agnes,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Bev,
Yes.
Sherry, yes.
Motion carried. Thank you very much. The next item is request by Council on Aging for a donation to help with the maintenance and operating expense monies for the Washington Life Center Advisory Committee. This appropriation helps many seniors in the lower part of the county and many local Cottrellville Township seniors. Last 2 years, we've offered $500 towards that donation. I requested that the check be written out of the Parks and Recreation Fund because that is something that we can control for the little kids, and these are kind of like the big kids. So with your permission, we need a motion to send a donation in whatever amount you decide. I also moved them to send them another $500. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay.
Did we skip one of Barb's?
I'm sorry?
Did we skip one of Barb's? You had two different ones she paid for.
Well, I rolled them together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right. All right, do you want to take a roll call vote for that?
Carl,
Yes.
Bev,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Mary Agnes,
Yes.
Sherry, yes.
Motion carried. Thank you very much. Another item, the Equalization Report was forwarded to us from Justin Sears. He's the Director of Equalization at the county level. She sent it to Barb Schutt, and Barb has given it to us to receive and file. It's everything that's happened to date in Sinclair County as far as different zoning and all that stuff. It's several pages, so anybody's welcome to it, but if you want one, I'll make a copy and give it to you on the way out. Number 8 in the new business. We probably should make that a receive and file. I'll make a motion to make this a receive and file for the record for St. Clair County equalization.
I'll second.
All right. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nay. Hearing none, motion carried. All right. Number 8 is approval of payment to the St. Clair County Emergency Road Work. I approved that on a Friday morning. I think it was the day that we had so much rain, and then the frost come out of the ground real quick on about 3 different streets. I guess the worst one was on McKinley. That's when we had to take the garbage and run them all to the end of the road because I didn't want the garbage trucks tearing up any more than there was. It was that week that the kids were off from school, so there was no buses yet, but the following week there was. It's $496.75. They did it as an emergency on my okay. Now I need you to back me up. All in favor of paying $496.75 to the county road for an emergency work is my motion.
I'll second it.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. By roll call vote, please.
Carl,
Yes.
Bev,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Mary Agnes,
Yes.
Sherry, yes.
Okay, motion carried. Next item is with this redistricting that's occurred, changing us from House Representative District number 81, we are now in number 63. Most of that is further downriver. They have to be printed and mail out directly from the source to the voters. What did we say, about 2,850 voters there were?
Yes.
And the cost is under $1,600. I need permission to allow, or we need to give her permission to write the check and pay for that and get that in the mail as soon as possible, because we got an election coming up in August.
I just have a question.
Sure.
Why do they issue those cards? We don't use them anyway.
I don't know, but we
It's
have to.
$1,600. I know.
Anytime anybody
They never
registers
send
to
a
vote, they
refund or
have to
anything?
get a
Card
voter
in the
ID.
you
Well,
know.
I think it's so that when you mail it to their address, if it comes back, it's not deliverable. If they're not there, then they, the card will come back, they were,
Yeah, but we
Taking
still
it.
have to find out
Yeah.
the reason they came
Yeah,
back. We
right.
can't just take it
I
as
know, it
that.
just seems like a lot of expense and what have you for
well,
nothing.
$1,600 worth.
Yeah,
So, I
I
don't
wonder
know.
if Wayne County does that. Oh, sorry. Oops.
All right, did we vote on that, Mrs. Quinn?
no, nobody even made a motion.
Okay, I would make a motion to approve that up to $1,600 at the preference of the clerk and the deputy clerk to determine.
I'll second it.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye by roll call vote, please.
Carl,
Yes.
Bev,
Yes,
Mary Agnes,
Yes,
Tom,
Yes.
Sherry, yes.
motion carried. Thank you very much. We have a request for payment for William Daniels for cleaning up along the driveway of the Smith Cemetery. This is a combination of a couple of different times that he's done this for me. He didn't bill me the first time, but this is for, in anticipation of the Daughters of the American Revolution. It's the Ottawa chapter. I'm not sure where they're out of, but it seems like it's Port Huron area. We have a grave of Reuben Smith, who is a soldier that's buried in our township. You guys should go out and see that. It's pretty cool. He was a soldier in the Civil War. And they've decided to put a plaque out there. I think it's brass. And they're going to do a dedication to that. And they're going to have a picnic afterwards. So this is going to be on the 20th of May, 21st of May, I think. It's a Saturday. So in anticipation of that, I wanted to clean up the cemetery a little bit, and we got to get some gravel in there. If we get Mr. Kaufman to give me some assistance on that. Some of the road is so full of ruts that it's difficult to get through there when it's really wet. And I don't want people getting off the driveway, because with that cemetery being over 200 years old, you don't know where all the graves are, and you don't want to end up in somebody's rough box. So what we're trying to do is get that cleaned up if we can. And I'm gonna make a deal with the stone yard to purchase the stone at our cost, no sales tax. And then we're gonna pay somebody to do some of the trucking to get it taken care of for me. I need permission, though, to pay this amount right here, this $1,934.79 at this point, which includes the labor, and they rented a machine to cut the trees so that they wouldn't be overhanging over the thing. The last time they cleaned it up was over Memorial Weekend. I had another funeral scheduled there, and they couldn't get down that driveway at all because a tree fell on it. So we cleaned that up, and he never billed me for it. So this is kind of a combination of both of those items. I need permission to pay that gentleman, if I could, in the form of a motion, please, to pay William Daniels $1,934.79, and I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have 2 seconds, so maybe they'll split it with me. All right, all in favor signify by saying aye, please, by roll call vote.
Bev,
yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Mary Agnes.
Yes,
Sherry, yes.
motion carried. Thank you very much. Let's go back to the original thing here. All right, public comments. Anybody from the audience that wants to discuss anything else that wasn't on the agenda, but just, if you want to complain about your neighbor or any of that stuff.
I'd like to ask a question.
All right, when you want to go up to the podium, please, and state your name and address, and then we'll see what we can do for you.
My name's Michelle Hubcheck. My address is 9988 River Road in Clay Township.
Can you spell that last name for me, please?
Hupcic.
And you're from Clay Township?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just have a question, and I don't want to jump on the Facebook bandwagon. I'm just curious why there's no deck being allowed to be built at AJ's.
There's no what?
Why they denied the permit for a deck to be built at AJ's?
Oh, that's because he's in a non-conforming district. He's considered residential. He's non-conforming, a business in a residential. He can't expand on it. He's been to court on this several times. He knows that. I don't know why he asked me. I guess he comes every time there's a new supervisor. He
Oh, no,
starts
I'm
all
just,
over
like
again.
I said, it's all over I'm just
Oh, I know.
curious as to what's going on, because we patronized, there during the summer,
Mhm.
and I was just thinking, there's not too many places in Cottrellville,
Right.
so I was just wondering why it's not allowed.
Okay, well, we can't allow him to go any bigger than he is. He already put a deck all the way around his place, and the supervisor at the time did not fight him. He just let him do it. I suppose he figured if he could, pull that little trick again, we'd let him go through. But we've got too many neighbors that don't want him to have all that loud music and all that motorcycle groups that come in and, take up space. And, it's not that kind of if it was a neighborhood bar, maybe that would make a difference. I've even told young AJ, if you'd even invite some of the neighbors down, maybe once a month, buy them dinner, ask them if there's
Right,
anything
right.
that's going on, and make them feel, so that they don't, there's stuff that happens in the parking lot that, we can't even go on and talk about, but he just doesn't want to follow the rules, and I don't know what else to do for him. The kid is a hell of a good kid. He is. I worked with him almost 8 months, trying to get him to clean that place up a little bit. He's done a fantastic job. And then when it got down to the last few months that he had things to finish up, his dad stepped back in. And of course, he just likes to always want to pick a fight with me. You can see it in Facebook, that's all he's got to say. I'm an old woman, and, if I die of old age, he won't be far behind, so. But, that's just,
Okay, thank you for your time.
oh, you're welcome. Anybody else?
It's Taylor Brandt, 6216 Lozon. I was just curious what the, next step for the water is.
They are working on the expense right now, and once we get the per foot price for everybody, then we got to sit down and figure out how we're going to divide that up a little bit so that everybody doesn't have to pay, because what it does, if we don't put a chunk of base fee, a flat fee for each parcel, then a guy with a 40-acre farm is going to pay on his 1,500 feet of frontage, and you might have a 5-acre farm with 300 feet of frontage, and what they're trying to do is give a flat rate. Now, in 2008 and 2009, one figure was 4,000 and the other was 3,000.
38.50.
38.50, yeah, and the other one was what?
38.50.
Both of them were 38.50?
we
Okay, I
took
thought there was one change. And then they went per foot, so, do you remember what the footage was?
The
19
first
something,
one
wasn't
was 21 something, and the second one was 1975.
So what we're trying to do is make it a little easier for, to pay, to even it out for everybody. And once we get to that point, Barb puts it in a book. You can come in and look at your parcel number, and you'll see just what your cost is. And then we'll, that'll be the next step. We'll prove that.
Okay,
But
so they how long do you think that would take to get all the prices together, say?
Well, he said he would have it he couldn't have it for me for this meeting.
Oh,
He's working on some stuff for me for the sewer too, and he's kind of, he's kind of busy. There's lots of things going on in this township right now. He said he would have it for the June meeting, so if you guys all want to come back here and visiting on that, that's good time. And then the book will be here, and we can actually figure out what everybody's is going to be. If I can get this board together one time before June, the regular June meeting, then we can discuss that flat fee, so we can have it ready and typed ready for you.
Is that project control getting the numbers together?
Yeah, they've given us a rough idea, which I gave them when, when I had them circulate those petitions. They were looking for some kind of a price. Well, now we've got, two. They're the same district, but two different streets. And that should help a little bit too with the costs, so.
So once that book's ready with prices, say, split up for each parcel, after that meeting, say, is that where, you sign a document saying, you're gonna pay for this?
I think there's another is there another document to sign? I forget, it's been a long time, it's been
Yeah,
10 years.
I don't remember signing one. I mean, you
Okay.
just, that's
Was
what you're
there?
gonna pay.
Yeah.
That just says that you'll understand that you're gonna get,
Yeah.
you're gonna be assessed one time a month
Yeah,
for 20 years.
I
Or one
just
time
didn't-
a year,
One time a year.
for 20 years.
okay. I
Okay.
just didn't know if there was one more thing you had to sign to, for everybody to be like, okay, yeah, I'm
Well,
willing to
I
pay
think
this.
people can still look at this and,
Yeah,
but it's,
It's been passed, though, right?
yeah, we
voted
just,
on
yeah,
it,
we
right?
just passed, so we're
That
done
part
now.
is done.
We're going
And
into
as far as
the deep
yes
water.
or no's.
okay,
Next is the money situation.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be higher because everything's gone up over.
Oh,
the
yeah.
last
There's so much
12
more
years.
money that,
Yeah.
so.
All right.
But once we get that going, then we'll, they'll do the actual set of plans. They'll get them out for bid. They'll send them to contractors to give us a price. We'll have a bid opening, and then we'll have a scheduled date to begin and completion date. Right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's going now, it's for real. Okay, let's see, was there anything else? Let's see, no one else in public comments, correct? Okay. Again, I want to reiterate that you're invited to the Daughters of the American Revolution, the Ottawa chapter, for a ceremony for the placement of a veteran plaque on the Revolutionary War soldier Reuben Smith in the cemetery behind us. The memorial service is at 3:30. On Saturday, May 21st, in the Reuben Smith Cemetery, and the township board members, committee members, office staff, as well as any Cottrellville Township resident, any residents of the area. As this is a little piece of history, you can tell your kids and grandkids about it. I expect to see you two gentlemen there. And then I'm gonna, he doesn't want to go already? Hey, they're gonna have ham and potato salad, so. We'll be on right after Easter. We don't need that, do we? Anyone that wants to attend can attend, so. They do want to know a head count, so if you do want to let us know, leave it on the township supervisor's number, is extension 105, or you can send me an email, and I have to give them a count by, well, actually, it's supposed to be by today, but I told them I wouldn't have anybody at the meeting till tonight, so. And then let us know, bring a lawn chair and your appetite. Okay, anybody else got anything to say? Any board member comments? None? If not, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment, please, at 7:57. And I so move.
Second.
We have a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carried. Thank you, everybody.